Hello, everybody. This is Jenny coming to you with an update. I don't have a whole lot to say about my diet. I did pretty good last week. I was losing weight. I didn't feel like my body looked much better, but I was definitely exercising every day and starting to feel a little sore. And I was doing pretty good on the food protocol, and all is well. And then I had my scrapbooking retreat in the Amish country for 4 days, and then it kind of went. Not as bad as it normally does, though. I was better, and I did a lot of stairs and hauling tables around and moving products, so I got a decent amount of exercise. My body was sore every day that I woke up, so I feel like even though I didn't do the actual protocol or exercises that are part of that they post that you can follow along and do live or watch the recorded version of it, even though that wasn't available or I didn't do that, I know that I was getting a lot of physical activity. And also, I ate better than I normally do on one of these scrapbooking retreats. So, that being said, I didn't gain the full 5 pounds that I normally do. I didn't gained about half that, but I also can barely close my fingers. I have a lot of water retention going on right now. So, that will come out in the next couple of days. I wanted to talk about the HCG protocol today, which I'm debating going back on because I do have a lot of protein left over. I mean, it's roast beef, which is not ideal because it's a higher fat meat, but if I can kind of peel off um, any fat parts and just get the really good meaty part. I mean, they use good Angus beef down there in the Amish country, so I might do that with a whole bed of lettuce and just start on the protocol again. So we'll see. I also have a lot of grilled chicken left over from the retreat, so um, that's neither here nor there. I will figure that out on my own time if I'm going to do that along with the 21-day challenge or not, since the 21-day challenge food is not a specific diet you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to, you can intermittent fast if you want. You're supposed to go high protein, high vegetable, low carb, kind of what HCG is, but HCG is just a lot more strict and stringent. I will ponder that, mill it out, figure it out on my own, and in my own time as I think through it. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about, I just kind of glanced through the protocol because it had been a while since I had done it, and I kind of like grabbed bits and pieces as I haven't gone completely in order because the thing is, I don't know, it's like 50 pages long. And I came upon something that I thought was kind of interesting, and it was talking about menstruation and when you start HCG. But there was a little bit more information in there than I realized was in there before. So that shocked me. So I'm going to go ahead right now and read to you what it says, and it's not long, but here we go. In menstruating women, the best time to start treatment is immediately after a period. And now we knew this, that ideally, in best case scenario, your period ends, start the HCG diet, because then you're on it for a substantial amount of time before you have to deal with your numbers going all askew because of hormones and water retention, etc., that is involved with menstruation. Okay. It goes on to say treatment may also start later, but it is advisable to have at least 10 days on hand before the onset of the next period. Okay, so this is difficult for some people. If anyone who's regular, this is easy for. And if you're going to start HCG, just make sure that in the next 10 days you're not going to start menstruating too. They want you to be on the protocol and have the hormone in your system and be eating the diet for a good 10 days before menstruation starts. And that's why ideally you should start as soon as menstruation ends, because then you'll have a good 10 days before the next time comes around. So do the best you can, because I know some people are just completely inconsistent, and they may go a couple months without having it, so then you don't really know when it's going to come again. And that might be difficult for those of you who really want to start on the diet now, but you had your period about 2 weeks ago, but it may be another month and a half before you get it again, or it could be next week. You don't know, so that gets a little tricky. So just do the best that you can and realize that these are general guidelines, and it's not going to ruin the diet for you if 5 days in all of a sudden you get your period, surprisingly. All right. And this is where I found it to be a little more interesting, though. It goes on to say, similarly, at the end of a course of HCG, Similarly, the end of a course of HCG should never be made to coincide with menstruation. So they never want you to end the HCG and at the same time start menstruating, which I found, I don't remember reading this. It said, if things should happen to work out that way, it is better to give the last dose 3 days before the expected date of menses so that a normal diet can be resumed at onset. So basically, they do not want you to have that period of time where you are taking the HCG protocol but not eating the full amount, that kind of hybrid time, if you will, between 2 and 3. They don't want that to happen at the same time that the onset of your period begins. So they're saying finish it earlier if you need to. And then it goes on. Let's see. Where was I? Um, Alternatively, at least 3 doses should be given after the period following the usual 3 days of dieting. So, you have another option. If you want to not end it early, you can stay on the regular protocol and continue on it while you're menstruating for at least 3 days before you start to curb it. All right. It says this rule need not be observed in such patients who have reached their normal weight before the end of treatment and are already on a high caloric diet, which goes to stands to reason. And again, I don't understand why comments like this are put in there, because if you are completely at a point that you don't have any more weight to lose, I don't know why you were doing HCG to begin with. But then again, this is the protocol based on the scientific research and the studies that he did on people, and he did all different kinds of men and women of all different sizes. So I understand that he took people who were just a little overweight and did the protocol as well. For those of you, I say just do Weight Watchers or a 21-day challenge or Atkins, or I don't know, just calorie count and exercise a little bit more because you don't have that much to lose. All right, anyway, I'm just going to leave it right there for today. That's it. I just wasn't aware that there was information about when you end the HCG and menstruation. I just knew it was at the beginning, not at the end. So we'll talk a little bit more about treatment next time. I think I will review like how many days and how many doses and all that. I don't think I've done that for a while, but I will double check. And maybe I'll even review some of the foods that you can and can't eat, because it's been a while, and that way you don't have to dig back in old videos to find it. So that's all for today. That's all I have to report. So if you're getting ready to start, wait until your period and then begin HCG if you at all can, if that's possible. I'll be in touch with you later. You take care. Have a happy day. See you soon. Bye.